Let's learn about some tech tools.
Today we're going to use a tool called Microsoft Whiteboard. Microsoft Whiteboard actually comes, it should be right on your computer already installed, but I'll show you just where to find it in case it's not. Microsoft Whiteboard is a really handy tool because as a teacher, a lot of times we're used to that whiteboard being always available for us to draw on and demonstrate. And when we have to teach from a computer in a virtual world, like how can we do that same thing? Now that you know how to record yourself and your desktop like this, we can use our computer to have a whiteboard right on it and draw on it and demonstrate it. And I'm going to show you all the different ways that you can do that with this free whiteboard app. So first off, this is what it's called. It's called Microsoft Whiteboard. Here's a couple of ways to get it. First off, check to see if you already have it. Go down to your corner here. Open up your window and type in whiteboard. So I see Microsoft Whiteboard's already installed for me. Another place that you could also look, if you just want to scroll down and find it in your menus here, I've got it already bookmarked. This is what it looks like. So it looks like this little whiteboard. Well, it's a blue board. I don't know why they call it a whiteboard. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So if you see this icon, you know that that's where it's at. Now, let's say you don't have it on your computer already. So you can do a search for it. It would say, Microsoft Whiteboard here, get Whiteboard for Windows. That's what you have. And clicking it is going to open up the Microsoft Store where you can install and open it right there. Or you also have another tool. You can come down here. This is your Microsoft Store icon. You can open up the store, and actually it's a pretty good idea to open up the store every so often because right up here in this corner you're going to see some downloads and updates, and these are already apps on your computer. Even if you didn't install them, like they probably come pre-installed. A lot of computers come with pre-installed apps. This shows me that I've got one app to install. Well, look at that. I need to update this app, Microsoft Whiteboard here. If it doesn't show up, then I would do a search for it here, Whiteboard. And when I search for it, there it is, Microsoft Whiteboard right there. But again, I need to update. I'll do that after this. Okay. So once we find Microsoft Whiteboard, I'm going to open it up, and this is what it's going to look like. Here we go. So it'll open up, and it's going to open up kind of to the place that you left off with last time. If you already had a board opened up last time, then that's where it's leaving you at right now. If not, it'll open up to kind of a home page that looks like this. So this home page would have all your different whiteboards on it. So this is actually really handy because you could have a whiteboard for your first period class, your second period class, third period class, or the different subjects that you teach. And then when you close out of one, it saves it, and you can come back to it later to add more to it or to share it out. So this is the one I'm currently working on right now. And as I'm working on this, it's scrollable. So like I can click and drag and take me to a different part of the whiteboard. It's kind of like a Prezi, if you've used that before, where it zooms in and zooms out. Like I can zoom in and zoom out using the wheel of my mouse. I can also change how the background looks. These triple bars right here, the hamburger up the top, can give you a couple of options that you can either turn on or off. One of those options right here is called Format Background. And here I can say, like, well, I'd rather have, a coral background, and even looks like there might be some, let's see, lots of different kinds of things here. Here's triangle backgrounds, or, well, that's pretty intense. Maybe some wide ruled backgrounds, looks like this. That way you can maybe write on it easier, kind of whatever fits your need. I'm just going to go ahead and switch back real quick to just a solid white background because it looks just like a whiteboard. Another thing that you can find on there is your clear canvas bar here. And so you can kind of clear your canvas if you've got lots of things written and you just want to wipe it clean. Okay, so let's take a look at a few features in Whiteboard and how you might be able to use it. Over on the left-hand side, we've got our toolbar like so. The first feature is your pen tool. Using your mouse, you can click on it. If you have one of those fancy touchscreen computers with like a stylus, then you could also use your stylus on this as well. You can click on a pen and you might decide to start to draw something. So here we go. And now I'm going to demonstrate, like maybe how do I draw. This was going to be a cat, but now it kind of looks like a panda, and now it's like a pig. Gosh, I don't know what this is going to be. Let's see. bear. I think it's a bear. You can switch pens up. You can try and write things like so to demonstrate how to do a concept. There's even fun little features if you like. You've got a couple of different pens. Like I might want to make this a skinny pen here. No, I'm going to make a really fat one. And look at this one. It's like a rainbow glitter pen. Woo! Those are pretty fun right there to experiment with. Okay. All right, so that's your drawing tool. There's also like a highlighting feature and an eraser like so. I can erase different things if I needed to. And this straight edge is actually really nice as well. The straight edge allows me to actually draw a straight line. I can zoom in. If I have my mouse right on the ruler and I use my mouse wheel, like I got a mouse wheel like this, but you can also 2-finger scroll on here and it'll actually kind of turn it. And then you use a pen and you kind of draw along the edge. It gives you a nice straight edge that way. So sometimes that's how I like to make nice straight lines. Here we go. Okay, like so. Oh, I zoomed in right there. Okay, I'll zoom out a little bit. All right, that's our toolbar right there. The last one here is this lasso, the select tool. The lasso select is kind of nice because once you draw something, it's not like in some of the other programs where it's permanently painted onto your screen. Like you can actually, here we go. I've got the B, and it kind of actually highlights that B. Notice how it doesn't grab this line or that line, even though my cursor kind of went around with it. And even from here, I highlighted that B, and I can change the color to be something else like so, or I could just trash it entirely. You know what? I think I'm going to try and highlight this E right there. I'm going to trash that E because that doesn't look good at all. Okay, so lots of cool features there with that lasso tool. Really, really nice. The other thing I like about Whiteboard, though, is that you can set up your whiteboard beforehand and then come to it to help you guide your lesson and get you through your teaching. So, for instance, like I'm clicking and dragging and scrolling over here. Can you include text? Yes, you can. So you can see this little A right here could be a place that you add text. By clicking it, it says type here, and you can add whatever text you want. Quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Cool. You can then click and drag it around. You can make it bigger. You can turn it like so. Kind of fun features there. Change the color of it to be whatever you want it to be. And then you can even come back here and use maybe a highlighting tool to say, like, here's the word the, and here's your animal and another animal, and you can change the highlight just like you can change the other one. Here's, what is that, an adjective or something? Adverb. All right. Those are different features that you could do. You could have those already set up as you diagram your text, or you tell kids what you're looking for, or editing mistakes, things like that. Another feature that you're going to also see is this one looks like a sticky note. So yes, I'm going to click and drag over here. You can also add sticky notes to your screen. That's fun. What feature? Maybe you put this some questions on the screen and you kind of use that to help guide you through your thinking or your explanation process. And yes, you can use your pen tools as well. You can draw on these and you can highlight however you think or whatever you would want to have highlighted there. Sometimes this is kind of a nicer feature to organize the text a little bit more. And also these sticky notes can be dragged around. So I'm going to click and drag there. This one, click and drag. Notice how each one of these objects are kind of being treated as like a separate object. So I'm going to delete this. That was a scribble, but this one really works well. So here we go, like so. All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see what we've done so far. We've got text, we've got drawing, we've got sticky notes. Now I'm going to insert pictures. I'm going to zoom in right here. We're going to come down here to insert image, and you can do a camera or a Bing image or a library image right here. I'm going to click on library image. It'll pull up some images from my computer. Here's some YCamp pictures that I've taken in the past. Oh, let's do this one right here. That was always a fun one. And there's my picture of us down in the creek learning about that. 2008, that was an old picture. Okay. And I can do things like I can thumbs up it too, and lots of other fun features like this. Kind of fun to create a little collage that, again, you can draw on and write on and highlight. Here is where the frog was, that kind of thing. It's pretty neat. And then also there's this feature down here. This feature down here kind of has some other ways that you can set up your document. Like here's called list, and this is a template or a notes grid or inserting PDFs and Word documents. So I inserted a list right here. This list I can click and I can kind of rename directions, and this might be a place that you can, quickly and easily organize what it is that you need to do. Type your words, and the next one will be submit them to classroom, and then here's another one. There we go. Check your work, whatever that might be. And again, these are all like you can click and drag these to reorder them, which is kind of nice. Drag the whole thing, and then sometimes you might even put them over here and then do your demonstration right over here. Okay, check your work like so, whatever that might be. Microsoft Whiteboard is a really easy to use, really powerful tool. And once you get the hang of it, it can be a nice background for your lessons so that you can, again, continue to teach and interact with students and show them how to do something rather than just kind of tell them how to do things. If you have any questions, of course, let me know and I'll be happy to help. All right, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next video.